Having an art show. It just started. Still arranging things, speaking to the public, trying to smile, that kind of stuff. Be all that I can be.
Feel comfortable with what you have up here?
Yeah, sure. They're all my children, you know, so I like them.
Tell me about some of your paintings.
Squirt gun. This is a Barbie doll, which has appeared in many of my pictures because we pick up garbage off the path in Mexico, just junk. And that Barbie was a piece of junk, and so is this that thing, and so is the squirt gun for that matter, just stuff picked up on the ground, and I paint pictures of those things in my studio. That's in my studio in Mexico. This picture, this shoe was owned by my neighbor, Maria von Bolschwing, and we got it because she threw it out on the path after she broke up with her young boyfriend who liked her to wear things like this. And after they broke up, she was upset and threw her high heels, which are very inappropriate for jungle wear anyway. They were more of a bedroom accessory with her young boyfriend, and when he left, the shoes went out in the path, and Anton picked them up and brought them in, and I painted a picture of it also in my studio. And these are matches that everybody in Mexico uses those matches.
I noticed this is kind of a theme with you, as you have these old houses. How does that come about?
That's because that's what I started painting when I was 5 years old, like most kids, a house and a tree and landscape, and so I just decided it would be a good thing to keep on painting. So I have a lot of houses. This one's called Tormenta Tropical. It was a big storm was coming in the summertime. Air was getting heavy. These are just some more pictures of houses by the sea. I guess that's what I think about since I live by the sea. And, just a couple more views. That's a little larva down there of something, I don't know what. This picture here is called At the Vortex, because it's at the vortex between where this river that goes back there is and the two ends of the beach, and this is where we have our full moon bonfires, and that's what that is there every month in Mexico. And this is before or after the fire, when I'm the only one left. Sex on the beach speaks for itself. Another house picture. It's called Night Bloom. Sexual references. More houses twisting and turning, and as the landscape undulates underneath them. That looks like an alien to me. I don't know if you look at those two eyes and that is a mouth. I didn't even try and paint that. That just appeared. Just a couple of sea creatures there. It's a typical neighborhood shot. More characters than I usually get into, but this is called My Kind of Town, and it's painted for Frank Sinatra. And My Kind of Town, which really means Yalapa, I guess, although Yalapa doesn't look like that. This one is called Tidal Soup, like it's the tides, I guess, you know, and it's soupy looking, I don't know. This picture was in the American Visionary Art Museum's show last year called High on Life, Transcending Addiction. And that was in there. And this one's called Watching Over. I guess that might be a comforting thought to some, that there's a big eye in the sky watching over you. I don't know if it is or not, but that's what that looks like.
I feel better.
Good. This one is Siren. This is a little dashboard ornament that goes wiggle, 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 you know, on a spring. And she's out there in the water. It's kind of what a shipwrecked fellow might see. Or maybe if you're driving down the highway and you feel like you're a shipwrecked fellow and you're just looking at your dashboard and you see her, she's a siren singing for you. A couple more houses out in the water. At first my houses used to be on streets and on the land, and then the land turned into hills, and then the hills turned into waves, and so they're just out there having their adventures. And that's a mermaid, which is really an Indonesian little statue. And these are little statues here, little crude Mexican statues, and that's a still life of rocks that I've found in the water and put on a table, and this is all just sitting on a table, and it's a still life painting that I made up the background. And a lot of what goes on in these pictures is determined by the gesso underpainting, where I just swirl the gesso around and don't always know what I'm going to paint a picture of on top of it. And then just see what I can find in those strokes that are under there and bring them out, and put some of them back, bring some of them forward, and see what I can come up with. And that's the show so far. But the night is reasonably young, and I have to get some of the very expensive pretzels that I paid for in the other room and eat them.
We'll take a breather then.
Chris's work has a magical, liquid, kind of juicy style to it, full of color and imagination. It's just, I don't know, it's the kind of imagery that always stimulates my senses. There's, the icons all have a significance too. So, I just like the rich sensuality of it.
I think these are wonderful, especially these mermaids over here. Yeah, there's just such a wonderful sense of humor to it. And it's eerie, and it's odd, and it pulls you in. So it's really kind of nice.